This very brief video provides a quick overview of a graphic big picture that is used throughout the course to help organize and orient some of the material that's being presented and some of the skills that are being applied. So the first part of the big picture begins with the overall goal of the class, which is to help you think more scientifically in your practice. And at the very top of the picture, or near the top of the picture, are the 5 ways commonly used to know things. And again, there are notes on this in the course notes and in the course text. But there are 5 ways to know things, and given the state of technology today, sharing information with others and being told something by an expert, and I'll put quotes around expert, those are 2 very powerful ways in which information is disseminated and truths are established and communicated that may or may not, in fact, be close to the truth. And so we are living in an age where, first of all, knowing who the experts are is very important, and being able to discern who the experts are is very important. And yet, on the positive side, technology enables us to be able to share information with others a lot more comprehensively and more easily today. But this class is about science. It's about science as a way of knowing, and science is something that you will read about, and you might not necessarily conduct it in this class, but hopefully you will conduct it in your professional practice. And a couple of the different approaches to science that are communicated, and these are historic approaches, are the deductive approach, where you start with a theory, and then you generate hypotheses based on that theory about specific phenomena, and then you make observations and you confirm whether or not the hypothesis is correct. And if so, the theory remains as it is. The inductive approach is sort of the opposite of that, and that's where you begin with observations, and you recognize patterns in observations that you make. You generate hypotheses about why those patterns exist, and if you have done enough testing, enough good testing, then you might generate a theory from that. So that's sort of the 2 approaches to science. Now in this class, the class is broken up into 4 main areas, all related to science. And so that begins at the top of this part of the big picture, which is where we're at in week 1, learning more about science and what it means when you say scientific research. And from there, you'll learn more specifics about different research designs for week 2 or part 2 and part 3. And then finally, we'll summarize everything by looking at some specifics in research design having to do with sampling, validity, and reliability, and that. And so those are the 4 parts of the class, and they constitute the foundation for the 4 projects that you're going to be completing throughout the semester. So I'll be referencing back to this big picture kind of regularly as we move through the class, so you can see where things come from and where things are heading. So that's it.